I've loved them after losses, by the way, so this is just not a victory love affair. 5 games this year, we've trailed by over a dozen in the first half. And each time it's been the same scenario. Now the finish may not have been the same, scenario has been the same. And that's not coaching. That's core values. That's what at least I call basketball character. Different guy, different nights. You've heard me say that before. And the MVP of the day certainly is Turbo, our trainer, because he found Jordan Naughton's contact at halftime. Thank God, or he probably wasn't going back in the game. Poorest shooting performance by Adams, but I would dare anybody that watched the game to say he wasn't the hardest playing player on the floor at both ends, because he was. And that's why I love him. And last but not least, the only thing I put on the board, to be honest with you, was a team that shot 71% at the foul line, won by 2, and the team that shot 57% at the foul line lost by 2. Because that usually doesn't get printed, that usually doesn't get talked about, that doesn't usually make SportsCenter. That wins and loses games.
How about
you're down by 17 midway through the first half, and what do you do? I mean, I'm sure there's not, is there magic words? I mean, do you just tell them to keep grinding? What did you say, and what turned it around in your mind to get back in?
Well, it was a combination of things. Fortunately, they went cold. If you look at how they got the lead, if I'm not mistaken, Jones hits a 3, hello. Zimmerman hits a 3, hello again. And Morgan hits a 3. Like, you don't plan on that. And maybe they didn't plan on that. So yes, it's a matter of grinding. It's a matter of an inner belief. And I've told you guys, that's what I worried about all June and July when we said bye-bye to those 6. Would we get flooded certain nights? And that's really the guys we have, and maybe the assistant coaches. That has little to do with decision-making by me. Again, that's core values.
how important was that starting out of the gate in the second half to not start slow again?
I think that was very important, and the pace of the game the second half was incredible for us. I mean, you know me, 57. I'll have a couple glasses of wine tonight when somebody scores 57 points against us. But the pace had a lot to do with that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, our first 4 or 5 fouls were when we shot quickly and they got a fast break. And if they didn't get those, not that we couldn't shoot quickly once in a while, but if they didn't get those, I thought the pace was terrific.
I thought Naughton, you mentioned we'll find in the contact, but he's going against Zimmerman, a highly touted kid, and that just gives you the points, but the rebounds and the toughness even John with him a little bit. I mean, that was a big step for him.
I thought it was a leap, and he's had some dunks at practice. I've never seen him go over somebody. Who did he go over? I don't even know.
Zimmerman. Or no, Carter.
So, let's not get that excited. He could get shut out next game. But there's a good example of what this team's personality has been. If I'm not mistaken, Barnes and him did not even play, not 1 minute Wednesday. And here we got to rely on them for some pretty big defensive and offensive efforts. So, satisfying victory, but like I told Ryan a couple of days ago, this was a must-win.